Finally, we got to do this live. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sooner or Later podcast. I know what you're thinking. Where are the two other guys? Don't worry about them. They'll come. They'll come. Just wait. This week, as you can see right down here in the lower right-hand corner, we're reviewing Nope. Nope is directed by, written by, and produced by Jordan Peele, with Ian Cooper as another producer. Cinematography by Hoyt van Hoytema. Edited by Nicholas Mansour. Music by Michael Abels. Production company of Monkey Paw Productions. Distributed by Universal Pictures. With a release date of July 18, 2022 in Los Angeles and July 22nd, 2022 in the greater United States. And a running time of 131 minutes. Nope was made on a budget of $68 million, and as of July 24th has brought in $44 million domestically. I don't think it's released overseas. My producers in my ear, neither one of them are telling me anything, so I'm going to assume no. And a Rotten Tomato score of 83% from 229 critics and 71% audience score of 2,500 verified ratings. And we are not going to spoil anything. My two co-hosts, James and Eric, we are going to do a 10-minute spoiler-free of Nope. And then after that, we will talk as long as we need to spoil Nope. So the review starts now. Man, Nope is so fucking good, dude. Holy shit, this movie's so good.
So it releases in August for internationally. I think it released in Germany, but there's no numbers from Germany, I guess.
Is his like wife German or something?
I'm not sure.
And she's like, I want my family to see the movie, Jordan.
But no one saw it.
But no one can see it.
I didn't know he was married.
They all Nope. Yeah, I think they're both married, Key and Peele. But yeah, this movie's good.
So
the fact
I saw
that
this shit in IMAX, and let me tell you, man, just the spectacles,
absolute,
just the
spectacle.
scenes,
yeah.
And then to see, like, I was like, is this really, like it lives up to the hype? I saw it in Dolby.
Oh my god!
Let me tell you, man, you do see more shit in IMAX.
Oh, okay. So IMAX is the better viewing experience.
But I saw it in true IMAX.
Oh yeah.
The only IMAX available in this state.
His wife is also from California, just to clean that up.
Yeah, but if she's of German descent, you didn't look up to see if she's of German descent. You don't think so? You don't know that woman. You have not seen her 23 Family or whatever.
Yeah, 23 and Family says she's Italian.
No, man, it's 21. You can't get the other two.
That's the German, the other two.
Yeah, the German is the other two that she's trying to hide. Yeah, I don't know how much more I could say that I love this movie. I don't want to do hyperbole because I know it scares people like Eric. Nope is one of the greatest movies of the year so far. Hands down.
Top 5.
Yeah, one of the greatest. Top 5 is one of the greatest.
5.
I
still don't know if it's going to dethrone my king, though.
I don't know, man. The whole time I spent thinking about this movie after I saw it, I was like, this was like Top Gun all over again. I mean,
that's not my king.
Oh, what's your king?
Everything Everywhere all at once.
But that's my 2. I have Top Gun 1.
Yeah, that's my 2. Yeah, that's my 2.
I think this beats Everything Everywhere All at Once for me.
This is my 3.
This is the suspense. So it's a horror mystery thriller. I don't think that's a spoiler to call it that. All of Jordan Peele's movies have been...
It's a Jordan Peele movie.
Right.
Yeah.
He's never made a movie outside of it.
Yeah.
But this does suspense so well that I think it blows everything out of the water. I think it is for me...
Do you think this is his best film?
I would argue that this is his best film.
I don't.
I think Get Out had an emotional impact for people of color, I think, and I think it had a cultural impact because it showed racism in a very different way. But this is the culmination of all of his directing efforts up until this point into I would argue that this is directing. It's a masterpiece of directing. If he doesn't get nominated for this movie, burn the Academy to the fucking ground. Just set the whole fucking place on fire.
What's your ranking of his movies so far, then?
I want to hear James's argument, and then I'll tell you my ranking.
Of what? What do you want to know based off?
Well, he said, is this Jordan Peele's best work? I said yes, and you went, no.
No, Get Out is still the better of all the movies.
I don't think so at all. Go ahead.
Because he's still gonna follow his, like, he set up tropes in Get Out that are just so original that he's still doing these other two movies. But overall, like, this movie's still strong, and I almost think this I prefer even Us.
You're wild as hell. Get the script for Us was so much worse than this script. You're crazy.
But I think the acting is better in Us.
No fucking way. This acting is so good because they seem like very real characters. If I didn't know Daniel Kaluuya and I didn't know Keke Palmer, if to me they were no-name actors, I'd be like, oh, he just got an actual brother and sister then, right? Like, these are two very real characters.
Like,
and
Keke I don't care for, and Kaluuya, though, he's great. I don't think he's ever,
Yeah, I remember when this movie was about to come out, you guys were, like, worried about Keke and, like, whether or not she's going to do too much.
Because she does. Keke Palmer overacts the
This is the first time seeing her.
Lucky
I know
you.
we had talked about it. The only thing I could think of, I was like, you know what, though? It might fit for her role, and it does. Like, I think it does fit for the character that they had her play. Her acting style does work, but at some points, and it just, I don't know, there's just some points where it's like,
her personality is
me.
grating. It's because she's grating. She just is like, oh my God. But she's supposed to be. She is
correct.
She's
like
what?
She's
grating?
Grating. So it's like she grates on you like a cheese grater. So it like tears you up. Like she's grating.
Yeah.
But she's supposed to be. So that means that this character is perfectly written for an actor that acts just like this in everything that she fucking does. I watched interviews with her of this movie, and I'm like, oh my fucking gosh, she's just Keke Palmer the whole time. She never breaks character, bro. She never breaks it.
But, like, personally, I don't really like it. I think she does fine doing that role, but I just think I'm like, oh, I would much rather them have had a different actor do a different character versus her.
But if you would have had
I just really don't like her.
If you would have had a character who is as stoic as Daniel Kaluuya's character in this movie, it would have fucking
you couldn't have that.
I think it's a yin and yang situation.
That Dogs movie with fucking Benedict Cumberbatch again.
But if you change her character, you completely destroy the dynamic. There's nothing you could have done to her character. It's a yin and yang. Yeah, that's a spoiler. We're going to get more into her character and why it's important in about 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Okay, so we're going to talk more about characters later in spoilers because I totally think you're wrong. Directing, though, this is his best directing. And the cinematography in this movie is the best cinematography he's ever had.
Oh, visually,
this is
top. Yeah, it's better than both the other movies.
Yeah, he's never made a movie that looks better than this.
Yeah.
I would fight anybody who says that both of those other movies looked better than this. It just looked and felt so real. It's like you were there.
Dark. Like this movie for
very dark.
This movie's light, actually, without giving away too much.
No, I don't think so. A lot of this movie takes place during the day, which is dope. Yeah. That's a fucking horror movie thing that to me never gets old. Go ahead, Eric. You got 3 minutes.
I was gonna say this: the cinematographer, he's done Nope, Tenet, Ad Astra, Dunkirk, Spectre, Interstellar, Her. So this dude's knocking it out of the park.
Oh, that makes sense. So
Hoytenmer, he is a fucking stellar cinematographer.
He's a legend.
Yeah,
he should have had him for the first two movies. But
those first two movies, then I think that would have took those first two movies over this one if they would have looked that pretty.
Would have been trippy with better cinematography.
Oh man, I'm saying. Well, just wait, because I've been theorizing about why this movie's the best of his trilogy so far. Eric, give me some more. You got 2.5 minutes. Give me some more about how you felt about it.
I think this is better than Us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm debating on whether or not it's better than Get Out. I think this one edges it above just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, that's what I think.
And we'll talk about it more because some spoilery stuff is why I think that. But
I mean, I think the story is good, but there's just something that's still so like just the story of Us is just like it's a modern day classic. That's how I feel about like just the screenplay for Us.
That's like really.
My boy won an Oscar. That's how much people love that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this movie's way better written. I think the story is way better, too.
I think I had a better, like, walking out experience. Like, you know how you just walk out of a theater after seeing a movie and you're like, man.
Of this
I just saw a
movie?
masterpiece. Yeah, like
I agree.
I think this hit me more than Us.
Us?
I think this movie is cooler though, like on like a cool factor. Like this movie's
100%.
cool as shit.
100%,
Like,
bro.
yeah.
This movie's so it should have been called Dope because the whole movie's fucking
honestly.
dope, time after time. But
But like this,
go ahead.
like I
Go
think this
ahead.
movie
Go ahead.
overall though, like it's
No,
just,
I think I'm
it's-
muted.
Yeah.
I'm taking away from the non-spoiler. I'm sorry, go.
its aesthetic though is cool. Like, and I think like its world, the world that they kind of are building is, I think, the better world. Even though I don't know, because he's kind of like, it's some weird thing. I don't know if this shit's connected all or not. I don't know. He's made some
No.
weird comments about that shit.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
But
don't think
yeah,
so.
like I think this world is a little more fleshed out, which I think helps the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the other ones are really isolated. You see actually a decent amount of other stuff and characters in this movie versus the other movies.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why it has like a better feel to it, and it feels more natural, because a lot of the other ones are isolated situations.
Yeah, and you don't really get to see the characters interact with other people as much. Yeah.
Especially Us, where that's why I could easily see people being like, okay, it's at least two. Because
Yeah.
Us, the sub characters in Us, they don't really do much with, and they're kind of wasted.
And they're super one note.
Correct.
So in the last 20 seconds, I think we should just give it to it plain and straight. Should people go see Nope? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yup.
Yeah, 100%. And go see it in theaters. Do not watch this movie at your house. You're gonna ruin the movie for yourself. You totally need to go see this in
Pay
theaters.
extra for that IMAX or Dolby.
Oh, pay extra, bro. Time after time, you got to pay extra. So now we are starting spoilers. The 10-minute non-spoilers is over. If you're watching the YouTube video of the non-spoiler review, go ahead and click the dot up in the right hand corner, and it'll take you to the spoiler review of this of Nope. It'll have the same 10 minutes on the front, but I'll put a timestamp. So you couldn't change Keke Palmer's character because the whole point of her character is that they are both different halves of the dad. For one, how fucking dare Jordan Peele kill Keith David in the first 5 minutes of this film?
Dude, I was so
Jordan-
excited.
He's
Didn't
a
he just die in real life?
Keith David?
What?
No.
Bro, I'd be in mourning, bro. No fucking way Keith David is dead.
If
He's the
dead
orbiter,
and
dude.
you're
He
not a
can't
morning
die.
fake fan.
Fake fan for real, though. No, he's not dead. He's 66.
Oh.
That's Keith David, baby. You don't kill
I
Keith
mean, that's
David.
young still.
Yeah.
Who died that looks similar to him?
Oh, okay, now you're being racist. But
Oh, okay.
so like because Keith David is these two characters mashed together, right? He's the showman of Keke Palmer's M, and he is the rancher of Daniel Kaluuya's OJ, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, if you changed Keke Palmer, then she's not the other half of the dad, right? Of O Senior. And I think it totally would have ruined the character, and it would have made the movie feel less real. Cause like that family dynamic exists in all families, right? Where, you know, these two kids are very similar to their parents, but totally different from each other. And they're bonding over a shared experience. I'm gonna throw up. They're bonding over the shared experience of having this dad who is a rancher, who is a descendant of, like the cinematographer said, a descendant of cinema royalty. Like this is the first man ever put to film, and they're the descendants of him. So like, you know, it would be understandable that they would be different. That one would be a showman and the other one would be just a hardworking man. And I think
And through the lore, like he made a big dent into the Hollywood like industry. Like
Right.
he's huge.
yeah.
I did think it was super interesting, a little thing, and I don't know how true it is or not, when he was just like, oh yeah, that Western. She's like, oh no, Scorpion King, but they use camos. And I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any like truth to that.
I
Probably.
was curious as to whether or not there was any truth to the great grandfather story and all that, and if there is some people like this, but I didn't get to look it up.
Gotcha.
It all
Well,
happened so
another
fast.
line I thought was interesting is when he's doing it. You know, he's doing a little spill, and then he like struggles. Then she does the spills, and then it's in the trailer anyways. When he's like, "Oh, there's another great," but then you hear the spill, the grandfather do it.
No,
and
it's
like,
the
actually,
dad doing it,
the
not
dad,
a grandfather. Yeah.
the dad. And I was like, "Oh, they actually need." If she's saying it, they actually need another great, because that was
she
his.
memorized his lines 1-to-1 instead of
Yes.
adding the other great. Yeah.
Yeah. And I noticed that, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Like because he is literally just doing it verbatim, and she is just like, I'm fucking, I'm shooting from the hip, like whatever.
Yeah.
I think I got it." Which is interesting. Like it's like a personality thing. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because it even shows that she likes to take the easy way out. That her
Yeah.
thought process has always been, I need the quick buck, the easy way out. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna pimp out all the things that I do so that I can make as much money as possible. And then you see the other side of that coin, which is which is OJ, and he is like, no, I want to be a hardworking man. I want to do the things that our father was doing before he tragically died. Like,
Mhm.
I want to be a great man like our great grandfather was, right? And
Yeah.
that's another thing where it's like if they change the character or if they didn't have somebody as bombastically acting it, I think it totally would have changed the tone of not only that scene but the whole movie. Eric, you look like you're going to say something.
Yeah. Because I think you need that balance, that yin and yang. They both can't be stoic characters. They both can't be both fucking trying to be entertainers.
And then you had characters on either side of them kind of fitting even more in between, right? Because you had the true stoicism of the cinematographer, and then you had somebody who was kind of serious but kind of jokey in between them in the Fry's Electronics employee. Like
Angel.
Yeah, those two characters were so good too. I wish we got more time with the cinematographer before he went fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Was he dying?
His voice.
No,
man,
he wasn't dying. I just think he was bored.
I don't know. He had that weird cough the whole time, but he was a smoker. But I was like, does this man have cancer? And he just says, fuck it.
So there's something I want to bring up. So I saw this with my brothers. And so, there was discussion afterwards while we were eating about certain parts of the film, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the big ones was we didn't know if the cinematographer said to Angel, you don't deserve the impossible, or if he said we don't deserve the impossible.
I thought he said we.
He said we.
Did he say
Yeah.
we? Okay.
Yeah.
But so now I'm interested to hear your guys' take. When he said we, do you think he meant just the 5 people who are the 4 people doing the thing? Or do you think he meant everyone? Like the planet?
Society as a whole?
I think he meant society as well. So the way
Okay.
I looked at it is like, this is why we don't have good alien footage, because like in the moment it's so just like where you almost can't comprehend it as a person, and then people kind of like almost get like in a euphoric type thing like him, and maybe that's a situation that could have happened where like this is why anytime someone actually clean gets it, something about it is just overwhelming. And
But then
that's-
why did he take the camera if he felt that, society didn't deserve the impossible? What was the point?
I still think he was still trying to like or unless he thought maybe like, oh, this still isn't the shot. The shot is
So
this.
100% he thought the impossible shot was inside the alien. So
Okay.
and we're full spoilers. The alien spaceship is the alien, which is so fucking cool, bro.
It's such a cool.
Oh.
I was like, when they introduced, I was like, oh my god! It wouldn't have mattered if you had seen the images. I got spoiled.
Yeah.
The whole time you're thinking it's a spaceship.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not.
And that's why he showed us so much. Like we didn't think
I think, but still, he's a scumfuck bastard for it.
I didn't want them to introduce the tech guy. Like that was my biggest issue. Like I don't
What?
think they should introduce the tech guy. No, in the trailer.
I was like, how dare
Yeah.
you? Angel was an integral part of
No,
this whole
he was
operation.
needed. Yeah.
Yeah. He looked
like
at
you
the
said,
batteries.
he was the middle ground to their characters that made it flow better. Like he
100%.
he was needed. And there's a weird cut in the trailer that bothered me because you think like, oh hey, it's the trailer scene where it's like, oh, let my boss know, and then you have Glenn from The Walking Dead be like, thumbs up, even though he's a totally different character. And then when they cut the trailer, it does a weird thing where it's like, oh, 5 stars. It shows Glenn, and then it cuts quick, and then it shows Angel again in the
But that's
final
kind
trailer.
of cool though, because it's like that's a total misdirect. Because I didn't even read it like that, but it misdirected you 100%, which is awesome. Because then you went in thinking one thing, and then it kicked you in the teeth with totally something else.
But like, if I never seen that big trailer, and I think it would have been so interesting to see like Angel almost not introduced at all, and not know they're trying to take the picture.
I mean, yeah, that is a spoiler. They
That's my
should not
biggest
have had
problem.
that. Yeah.
Because the whole time I'm like, what is the premise? What are they doing? Are they trying to like? Is like. I would have never been like, oh hey, yeah, they're probably trying to take video or footage of the aliens. I thought like it was like, oh, the aliens is just trying to kill them or some shit.
Yeah.
The thing that I kind of theorized there's gonna be aliens because I fucking listened to that what's it called, Mr. Ballin episode where he talks about Skinwalker Ranch or whatever the fuck ranch it was called.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I I literally listened to that and then I saw the trailer and I was like, oh my god, are they doing a movie about that?
So like,
that one was
I don't think
it was
so,
like
but that's funny.
strange occurrences on a ranch in like California or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like the same shit.
So I instantly thought when I saw the first trailer it was alien shit, but I just didn't know what though. Like, cause okay, it's an alien movie, and then because it's Jordan Peele, I was like, oh, he's showing us too much alien. Watch this be some government shit because he likes to change what you kind of think your perspective is. And he did in a sense because we thought it was a spaceship. It ends up being the actual alien. But I was like, but without the picture thing, I'd have been like, dude, this is something where we think it's aliens and it's some fucking government conspiracy
Some other
shit.
thing, yeah.
Which would have been cool though.
Yeah, but that's why when I
awesome.
was watching the trailers before the last trailer, I was like, oh man, my mind was all over the place. And then I saw the last trailer, I'm like, okay, I know what the movie's about, and I wish I didn't.
Yeah, it totally sucks.
And
Go
real
ahead.
quick, I'll let you guys go after this, but it's like, I think
you.
that's what kind of
Thank
hurt
you
the
for
movie
letting
for
us.
me too, because the other two movies, I went in really not knowing anything.
I mean, I could see that. I could see how that could have, tainted it if you couldn't get that out of your mind, right?
Yeah, I think if I watched this
naturally
naturally without ever knowing that last trailer, I think it would have totally changed my experience. And I know I'm gonna go watch this back, and I think the more I watch it, the more I'm gonna get out of it, though.
I think it will definitely hold up. Not so much that it'll hold up better, but this movie is just so it's just so creative. So the reason that I think it's better than Us and Get Out is because, like I was saying in the non-spoiler, this is truly the culmination of his directing efforts. So if you look at Get Out, he started doing some world building, had really good character stuff, right? Where, you're focusing on, there's a whole group of people, but you're really focusing on Daniel Kaluuya's character and the crazy white lady, right? And you're like learning about their characters, and then slowly it unravels this mystery of these white people are stealing black people's bodies, right? And then you move into Us, and it's just, he increases the scale tenfold, right? He makes it not just something that's happening to a small group of black people with a small group of white people doing this to them, but he is like, no, this is a conspiracy that's happening on a global scale, and you're just following it through the eyes of this family. I think the reason that Us isn't as good as either of these two movies is because the story is more about this crazy thing that's about to happen and less so about the characters, right? They tether it to Red's character, right? And this one thing who can speak, and she's talking about how she's going to take the whole world down. But I truly do think that the story doesn't hold up to a rewatch. Whereas this movie now has a grand scale, right? It's taking place in like a big California like county essentially, because they got to go all over the place, and it's literally aliens. So now it's an interplanetary. It's so large, right? And you're following this very tight knit, or less so tight knit. Now it's a family that's kind of losing a connection. So you're paying attention to a very small section of people who you're following, kind of like Us did, and definitely like how Get Out did. And you're following this brother and sister through one of the most traumatic experiences of their lives in their dad dying, and then discovering that fucking aliens are real and they're here eating shit on Earth, right? And then it's the slow pacing of the reveal of Get Out and Us, but done perfectly. This movie, I don't think falters in its pacing at all. I think pacing wise, this is a perfect movie because it starts off so fucking sad. You see the death of this dude's father, who he clearly looked up to and loved, even though, they're not showing the love as much, like hugging and kissing and fucking saying, I love you, bro. But, you can tell that there's a love and there's an admiration for his dad. And then it just slowly just unravels a little bit each time. And you can even see it in the way that like the alien shows itself a little bit more each time. And you're on edge for the whole fucking 2 hours and 15 minutes. This movie, I think, and then of course all the visual shit that we talked about. This movie, writing wise, story wise, and visually, just is is what those other two things he tried to do, but he fucking nailed it on the dot in this movie. I think it's 100% just the best movie of the trilogy so far, or of his catalog, I should say. So far, because that fourth one might be fucking crazy. Oh my god, the whole movie.
The way, because you're like, oh, okay. So they talk about the Oprah shot, and then they steal the June's horse. Mm-hmm. And then his kids prank him. I was like, oh my god, these are the aliens. Holy shit.
That shit got me.
It got me too, dude.
That shit was so eerie, man. Like, like the whole crowd was like, oh, like we were all scared in like the theater.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think those horror elements are even done better here. You know, like that part is some of the scariest shit I think he's ever done. And then it ends on a comedic note, which alleviates the tension, right? It makes you feel safe a little bit more. And then when he actually discovers the fucking alien, you're like, oh my God, it's real. Like, oh no, it's even worse. Like, go ahead, James, because you look like you want to say something.
So the reason I think this movie could end up being the best over time for me, at least not yet, is this is a movie relying on twist. I think the first movies are like especially like get stronger, but still relying on twist. Us, big thing is the twist. So like in this movie, relying on the twist. I think the more you watch the movie, the better it will get. So like
as of right now, I have it. I'll say I'll put it at 2, but I do think it has like the bones, and I think it has just the overall structure to like be better and have more watchability than the other movies.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree, because I even would rather just watch this movie just watching it. I don't even need to pay attention to the story. There's just so many shots where it's like, holy shit, they took their time, they planned it, like all the lenses are right, whatever camera they were using was perfect, like all of it is just, it's beautiful. The fact that this... Go ahead.
The thing I think the most interesting about this movie is there's a story with the story. The whole, I mean, Glenn Walking Dead, I probably Steven, whatever.
Yeah, how about you use his actual name, because he's done shit way better than his Walking Dead performance.
Yeah,
like
he's
this
a great
movie.
Wasn't he nominated for an Oscar for that one movie, or at least that movie was nominated for Best Picture?
I think so. Yeah.
Just call him Jupe.
Yeah, Jupe.
Yeah. But like that whole inner story, and then like I feel like that's another thing too. I need to rewatch because there's some more stuff in it. I kind of get what they were going for, but I feel like there's some like character stuff, and there's some like just deeper meaning to a lot of that stuff, and that's Jordan Peele movies in general.
So what do you think you don't get from what do you think you didn't understand about the Gordy stuff? Because that's what you're talking about, is his time on the Gordy show, which was a show about it was a show about a family living with a chimpanzee.
Like a sitcom,
yeah, and then the chimpanzee goes crazy one day and murders everybody on set, except for Steven Yeun's character. So go ahead.
So like when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, is this just like saying, oh, we as humans think we can almost like control everything, but we can't control the wild, we can't control all this stuff like that, and then the animal just like breaks loose. But then there's the weird scene with the shoe where it's standing, and I'm like, oh, does this has anything to do with aliens or not, or why is that shoe just kind of pointed up?
So 100% has to do with aliens, which is why he was so interested in them, right? I think what we didn't see was there was something there, right? Because those balloons were popping for no reason. Yeah. And we see one, right? We see one just sitting there and it just randomly pops, right?
Yeah.
And then
that shit had me on edge when they were popping.
I was thinking it could be like the heat.
See, that's what they
like
maybe
heat of the studio lamps, but there's something odd happening there.
There was also there was a moment where Gordy looked like he was looking at something and talking to something before he went up to fist bump Jupiter, which is what leads me to believe that there was like an alien on set.
Because I thought he snapped out of it when he finally sees him, and he's like, oh, I'm cool, I'm back to the regular monkey. Mm-hmm. But then everything before that, he's in a daze. But I'm like, is it because the popping? Is it because, the heat of the set? Like, that's one of those things where I'm like, wow, that's
just standing up.
Yeah.
The whole time.
But like, that's like, it's so interesting though, because that's literally like a whole, like, like subplot point in the movie, which is super interesting, but has really... I mean, if it's aliens, then yes, direct correlation, which I think it is. But just one of those things where it's like, man, what is that though? Like, it's so interesting.
I think it's what you said though. It's like Steven Yeun's character, Jupe. He thinks he could tame. he thinks, Gordy's on his side, right? At the very end, that's why he's going in for the fist bump. He's getting too close to danger. Same thing with the alien. They're purposely feeding it for 6 months, and like they're going in for the fist bump on the alien with Lucky,
and then
all of a sudden the alien's like
sucking
up the whole crowd.
So, really quick, because I want to know what you guys think about it, because Nick and Vinny fought me hard on this, and I just did not understand why they didn't see it as this way. So I want to see if you guys see it the same way that I do, or if you're wrong. That time that we see Jupiter do the star lasso thing, that was the first time that he had ever done that in front of people, right?
What do you mean?
I think so, because it's the new show that he was premiering.
The show that he premiered that everybody died.
Yeah.
Nick and Vinny were like, no, he's been doing that for 6 months. What do you mean it's a new show? I was like, so you're telling me?
He literally advertised it as a new show.
Yeah, no.
That's what I said. And they were like, no, he didn't. They said that they've been doing it for 6 months. I was like, yeah, they've been feeding him for 6 months. They haven't been doing the show for 6 months.
They were like practicing, rehearsing, I guess you could say.
Their argument was, well, people don't like to believe what their eyes see all the time. So sure, thousands of people could have seen that show over the last 6 months. They just didn't tell anybody because they think it's fake. I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
The people never seen it. He's feeding them because in the scene in the beginning where the lights go off on his ranch or whatever, he's feeding the alien.
Yeah.
But he's only doing it so it's like him, maybe the wife, and a horse. So the guys, the alien is like, okay,
and his kids too, I guess, because the kids.
I think the kids are also there.
Up.
Yeah,
maybe right. But now if you're an alien, it's like, do I eat these 3 small people or this big, or 4 small people or this big ass horse? And now it's like,
I don't even know if the alien thought about it like that. I really do think that it was just like. It just wasn't perturbed by them looking at it, And
but now if you're the alien though, and now you have 20, 30 eyes looking at you,
it's gonna fucking get freaked. Yeah,
and it's gonna eat the bigger amount, maybe it wasn't just like. Maybe it's just like whatever. I ate the horse. It's easier. It's all. It's one. It's like the same amount.
Or maybe it just wanted people this time. Maybe it was like, yo, those look delicious. I'm gonna snack them up.
Or we don't truly know the full psyche of the alien. Maybe he was fucking. He thought. So Steven thought he was. I'm tricking the alien. I'm bringing this guy in or whatever. The alien could have been fucking setting his ass up the whole time for all we know.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to know the level of intelligence of the alien, right? Because you're constriving. You're giving it, more mental capabilities than I think it has, because it couldn't tell that balloon wasn't edible.
True.
So I don't even think it was playing them. I think it was just like, I think I'm gonna eat these other things too because they're here. You know what I mean?
I think it could totally be a size thing though. Like, because in the end, when he eats the big thing, it's just like, this is a big ass meal. Like, if all those people are grouped together, that's a bigger meal.
Oh well, sure. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I don't know if I had the mental capability of going, I'm gonna trick his ass. I got him.
The only thing I was wondering though is because of cloud shit. Like, it thought like it was,
well, it's blending in,
aware
right?
enough.
So it's just like a chameleon. A chameleon doesn't have fucking deep thought, but it knows brown thing underneath me, brown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was just an animal. Ultimately, it was just a fucking animal, and they, M beat it. One of the other things that I'm super interested to see how you guys are, if you guys gave it any thought and how you feel about it. Do you think that OJ lived?
Yeah, I don't think that was like a figment of her imagination, or like you're talking about the end.
So why not? Because you just didn't think about it?
Sure. Like, I mean, I think it could easily be like, she got the shot and then like, okay, I'm finally repeated. I can relax. And now, oh shit, where's my brother? Oh, I turn around, there he is. Like, it's almost like too good to be true type of thing.
So you're saying he is alive?
So James thinks that he's alive. And I think a lot of the internet thinks that he's still alive, but there are subtle hints that he's dead. Mostly,
if you told me he was dead, I'd be like, okay.
I think like, it's an Inception type of thing, though, where it's, or an Annihilation type of thing, where it's just like it's however you interpret it, right? But the thing that Jordan Peele did, though, to kind of call into question is he perfectly placed him under the Out Yonder sign, and Out Yonder is far out. He's dead. He is gone. And a lot of people have been speculating that there's no way he could have came from the ranch all the way to Jupiter's circle or whatever in that amount of time. It would have taken him too long on horseback to get there. And the way that the dust is like falling over him, it veils him almost, and it makes him seem almost angelic at that point. I don't think there's like a hard answer, and I think, you know, the common thought is that he just lived because Nick and Vinny were like, no, he's alive. There's no question about it. And I was like, but the symbolism.
I was thinking he isn't alive.
I also
and
thought
then she's
that.
trying to compose herself. She's trying to like, you know, like get it together because like news people are about to, you know, she needs to put on an act.
Yeah.
Right. The news people are about to come back, and so she's trying to get it together, and she's thinking of her brother, and I think her brother is comforting her, and that's why she sees her brother.
That is the same exact thought that I had until I talked to my brothers about it, and then they even put that thought in my mind. And then I watched a couple YouTube videos talking about the ending, and they were like, it's real up in the air. It's however you feel about it.
And I think it's supposed to be that way, though.
Yeah,
like, I don't think Jordan Peele's definitively is going to be like. I mean, he could say shit.
I think he would, though. I think at some point he'd be like, "No, he's fucking dead," or he'd be like, "No, he's alive, guys. Come on."
Not this soon, but like at one point he will be like, "Yes."
In 10 years, when we're real shit and we get to interview him, we'll ask. We'll be like, "So look, the movie Annihilation, is she an alien or no?" But yeah, that's just one of those things where I was like, oh, my brother read this totally different than I did, and like totally did not look at it the same exact way that I looked at it, which is super interesting. Like, you know, anytime a movie can do that sparks a debate or sparks being able to be talked about is fucking rad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like good on good on Jordan Peele for creating these conversations.
Yeah.
See, because like I don't really like when shows and movies where like when the big argument is like time. I don't, because sometimes that shit doesn't matter. Where like, oh, he can't get there at this time and that time, and it's just like, no, sometimes it could just be shitty writing. Like fucking Game of Thrones did it,
but this like, isn't that though. To say that it could be shitty writing, he doesn't do that though. This movie is very logical and like I don't think there's any fucking plot holes or anything like that. You know what I mean?
But I feel like they were traveling far enough distances, like, and we don't know truly how much time was taking place during that time to say that, oh, he couldn't have got there in time.
I mean, but
I do think there's a very good chance that he's not alive based on other shit. Just a time argument wouldn't be one where I'd be like, that one I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna dismiss
also,
that over.
Like another thing, as soon as like she gets the bike turned on, the monster turns around because the green thing comes back at her and so the green thing's looking at her.
He pulls his Methusi out backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she takes off, and the monster's following him. So like it potentially could have, like, I guess Daniel Kaluuya could have been sucked up.
Right.
But the monster did turn around and then follow the bike.
But
so
I mean, she was trying to get that bike started for a long ass time. And the whole point that he ran away was so that she could get the bike started, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, he would have had to take it far. And, you know, you don't know what he was by that he could have hit under. I mean, I don't want him to die. I mean, I love anything the man does. And I think, you know, he was perfect in this movie. You know, he was Tom Hanks level of, like, acting without having to say much. Like, you know, he's a fucking master of his craft too. But, you know, I just thought it was so interesting that it's like, oh shit, y'all didn't think he was dead? Oh, am I wrong? Are y'all wrong? Is everybody wrong? Is no one wrong?
You could say like the last shot she saw of her brother is like that same exact shot we see at the end. Like the monster's like arches perfectly, like it's the out yonder sign, right?
Yeah.
And then she can, I mean, that's like the last time, because you can see Daniel OJ does the whole, you know, one of these, and that's like the last time she saw her, like her brother,
right?
Which is like ingrained in her mind, so that's why she sees him at the end.
Yeah. The main reason I think that it's like could be a vision though is just because she's so shook at this point.
I mean, she's been through the shits up until this point. It's been the worst week of her fucking life.
And that's like the one, like, you know, comfort, safeness she has left. So, like, that's why I could easily believe, like, oh, it's a figment, it's a vision versus him actually being alive.
And you know, they kind of talk about it too, right? When they're talking about what was the Jean Jacket, right? How, you know, her dad never looked at her when they were training Jean Jacket, but OJ looked up and gave her that same symbol, right? Essentially saying like, hey, I see you. And, you know, I know that you see me. Like, you know, it's a way of saying, like, you know, we're connected. And, you know, that being the last thing that she sees of him before the very end of the movie, right? When he decides that he's going to be the cowboy, he's going to be a hero, he gives her that same look, telling her, I see you, you know, I'm with you. Don't worry, essentially. You know, I the reason that I instantly thought he was dead was like, that is such a poignant, beautiful way to end this relationship. And I mean, even to end the man's life, it's so poetic, right? And it's poetic for her because he's, you know, it's a way of him almost saying, you know, you got to be the cowboy. You got to solve these problems. You know, you got to be the man that, or, you know, you got to be the woman that dad never thought you were, right? And now you have to tame Jean Jacket. You have to show this beast, you know, that you can tame it. And I think the reason that I don't want him to be alive is because I think it takes a bit away from that ending. You know, it's almost a little too happy.
But my thing is, if there was anybody that could have survived it and tamed it, it would have been OJ. But that's why I'm.
But he wouldn't have tamed it. He didn't tame it. She did.
Yeah.
So OJ didn't because she did.
Yeah. So I mean, but it's like. I mean, she didn't even really tame it. She just fucking killed it, to be honest.
That's taming it. She fucking put it down. She said, "You're too much of a wild animal. I'm gonna put you down." Bah.
Unless, like, because OJ was intentionally backing up with the horse facing the animal, so like OJ was trying to, you know, do some predator shit and like, not be scared of the animal. Like he was purposely like, you know, backing up. The horse was standing its ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people are saying too, because I've just been looking up because I'm curious to see what people think. And it's just like, oh, because he doesn't like move or say anything or anything like that. But it's like,
but he's looking.
If he does get back, he's looking. But it's like,
this shot's so funny.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, he's just looking up at it. And the Methusi is just like changing. Yeah. It's like tesseracting the whole time at him.
But I can understand him by the time he gets to her in the end and he sees she's still alive, him just standing there being like, we did it. Just like you know, looking at her, looking at me, like like we did it.
Yeah,
but like fuck with Haywood Ranch.
But since she doesn't move, it's weird.
And she doesn't move either, though. And we've seen that she, especially when they're showing physical affection, she's always the one that goes to him because he is trying to be like this cowboy stoicism. That she's always the one pushing him, playing with him, trying to lighten the mood. And you know, sure, she fucking had that electric bike fall on her, and she's tired. But that's very out of character for her not to get up and run to her brother.
Yeah, she would have ran,
right?
Yeah.
But based on his character, I can totally see him just being like, "Fuck, it's over. I'm just chilling." Because this man is always
I agree. Yeah.
He's just
I'm
good.
And I don't think that's why it's too weird that he's not going to her. If he's real, because the OJ that we've seen up until this point, it seems like he would just be like, "Hey, bro, we did that shit. You see that shit? That was crazy, bro. I got some work." Puts on tape.
They have the one moment too where it makes me wonder too. Like the more you think about it, is because the one moment where they do the hand clap and they're super energetic because they're like, "We got this. We're doing this shit."
Yeah.
Even so OJ's muted.
Yeah. And now
I didn't think he get that animated in that hand clapping scene.
No, yeah. She was doing all the work. She was fucking pulling him back and shit. Yeah.
But like, still, he gave more energy. Like, she obviously is the aggressor and she's the you know, the spark plug. But like, for them to actually finally get the shot and kill the fucking alien, and him still just to do nothing, even in that scene, still I'm like, I don't know. I get it, his character, but like the one time we seen him actually have energy was when they thought they had a shot. Now they fucking got it.
Yeah.
So like, it gives you a lot to think about, though, for sure.
It does, which is why it's crazy to me that this is his worst rated film. I just do not understand.
Do you think people are just like, don't fuck with aliens? Like, how did Alex feel about it? Because she doesn't fuck with aliens, right?
So you have to remember that one of us has to stay home with the baby. So she did not get to see this movie.
Oh, damn.
But
I just start taking the baby. Fuck the people.
Fuck that, dude.
No.
Someone brought their kid to this, man.
I
in the
appreciate
Dolby
the cinema.
one I saw.
So, I mean, the critics' consensus is that admirable for its originality and ambition, even when its reach exceeds its grasp. Nope adds Spielbergian spectacle to Jordan Peele's growing arsenal. But like, I don't know what it didn't nail. You know, like that's so weird to me that they just don't think that this movie fucking nailed it. You know?
I think I don't know. So it's great for what it is, but like I don't know. Maybe people are just like, what does it truly do different than like?
I mean, nobody's ever seen an alien movie like this. Nobody. What alien movie is
Yeah, I
anything
mean, I
like
haven't.
this?
I mean, what you're saying? What's different? Just the fact that the alien was like not a spaceship; it was an alien, or
Everything.
It's an
Everything about
animal.
this movie was different than other alien movies. You know, the way that the characters are positioned in the world, right? That they have connections, or like the whole storytelling. All of the storytelling, I think, is different, and what they're trying to do with the storytelling is different, right? I mean, and it's just the fucking best looking alien movie that's ever been put out. Hands down. I think this alien seems like the most realistic alien representation other than a fucking puppet alien that they've made. But like, you know, I this is the best alien movie I think I've ever seen. I think people would argue maybe that Spielberg alien movies are better, right? Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T., that kind of shit. But like, I think this movie's better than those movies, just hands down. I think people. I don't think people are reading enough into it. I think that they are looking at it like, you know, it is just that, a spectacle. And they think that it is, oh, well, it's just bombastic and he's doing a blockbuster. But they're not paying enough attention to the familial drama that's happening throughout the movie. And I think that's why it's getting rated worse, is because they're just like, oh, fucking look at Jordan Peele selling out and doing fucking big blockbuster movies. And it's like, no, he just made the best fucking episode of the Twilight Zone fucking ever. Guys, can we fucking get it together here? It makes me mad. People are fucking stupid.
I'm reading like the top critic reviews. So this guy says, Nope is a good example of how a film turns out when a lauded director proves too fond of his own flourishes to trim the fat, to worry about whether his ideas cohere, or to respect the dramatic imperatives of the form in which he is working.
Like, what?
He gave it a green splat.
What the fuck does that even mean, bro? You just said fucking
This
words.
other one says, even a flawed Jordan Peele film still has a lot to offer. It gives you a lot to think about.
I'm just so interested to see what these people think are flaws, though. Because
while less engaging on a purely visceral level than his previous works, Nope remains true to Jordan Peele's reputation as a filmmaker who can pack dense themes and ideas into his work, this time setting his sights on Hollywood's exploitative history.
yeah, I don't understand what these people don't like about it. Because, you know, especially with those synopsises, they're not going to be able to tell us exactly what they don't like about it. But, like, this dude literally... So, while Jordan Peele shows he can handle spectacle, the murkiness of the storyline, unlikable characters, and a lack of focus in the plot makes this a miss. 1.5 out of 4. Bro, what?
That's a critic?
Yeah. Fat guys
They
at the
said
movies.
unlikable characters.
Unlikable characters, bro. Which one of
interesting.
these characters were unlikable? Maybe Keke Palmer, but that's just because this guy's racist. Look at him. Allegedly. I'm not getting sued.
I thought Brandon Pereira's character was cool too, man.
Even the fucking piece of shit TMZ guy and the piece of shit cinematographer were good characters. Sure, you're not supposed to like them, but it's not like they were poorly written characters.
I mean, the cinematographer was supposed to be some weird dude, and the fact he was saying some random shit, just that fits the character so well, I think.
I could get the Keke Palmer being like, okay, I understand her role, but I still think they could have done something different. Sure, bad character. Everyone else, though, like, I wouldn't even consider them like okay characters. I would think they're good characters.
Really well written
I saw
characters.
some people were like, "Oh man, we could add more Stephen Yeun." Like, I feel like they didn't really use him.
I think they
He has a
used...
whole like
thought he was great.
subplot
I
in the
think,
movie.
yeah, well, I could see an argument there where they're like, oh, well, technically it's a child actor, so Stephen Yeun didn't really get to act those parts with Gordy.
Sure.
Yeah, look, I'm just saying those are the type of critiques that you would get back to that statement. I don't think so, because I think it feeds into how good the character is, right? And how crazy he gets. But like,
I mean,
it's
imagine
just so
like
weird.
you're a child star and you literally see your co-stars die in front of you, and then you make a whole room about it when you're an
And then you
adult.
make a whole fucking room about it, bro. What the fuck?
He's fucked.
Yeah.
He's like mentally fucked.
This
And
verified
maybe-
reviewer said it was weird and confusing. Half a star.
Oh.
Go ahead, James. I just saw that and had to say it.
I could see, sure, maybe you do want to, like, why bring that up if you're not going to fully elaborate on it? And someone be like, I don't think they should have done that stuff. We could have done without it. Sure. But it's like, either go all in or don't go all at all or whatever. But I think that part in the movie doesn't make it less of a movie.
If anything, I think it elevated
the
movie.
Gordy's part?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because if you're like, oh, we're not getting enough of Steven Yeun, so it's like, let's just either get more of him or like take it all out, I guess would be the only other option.
Yeah, but I think that even adds to it because it's a horror movie, guys. Let's see
Well, like,
some
what
gore.
more would you add?
I don't
Like,
think
what
you
would
could. I don't know how anybody could say this is a bad movie, it's boring, or stupid, doesn't have a plot. Some of these verified reviewers are literally just fucking mad because
We need
they're
to
like,
get verified, dude.
yeah, just the
I mean, it
horrible
wouldn't be hard.
storyline. I really like the actors and the actress, which is why we decided to see the movie. Nell. Okay, stupid movie with no plot, a waste of money. This was boring, took too long to get to the point. Then it was totally underwhelming. I wanted to get up and leave a few times. Bro, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Don't we find out the alien's an alien like the first 30 minutes of the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the
I think so.
in the whole movie, you're like seeing this brother and sister bond, which is like half of the themes is that like this familial connection. What are you fucking talking about?
We need to make one for our channel and just start putting our reviews, our consensus.
That's what I'm
on
saying. We
them.
need to get verified so we can boost those numbers up.
Yeah, because this is, some of these are just fucking wild. Like,
Yeah.
this movie was a waste of time. Don't recommend. Bitch. Okay, Shell. Well, you're a fucking waste of time, bitch. Crazy
I
ass
don't know why.
motherfuckers out here. Yeah, they don't have that. They're just putting, waste of time. Trash movie. Jordan Peele sucks. Go watch a fucking Rob Zombie film or
I'll
something.
tell you, man. I loved the camera movements whenever they showed the fucking alien.
Dude,
Yeah.
Those shits were too clean, too scary.
It really was.
I was getting creeped out.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, there was some creepy ass shit going on.
Hoyt van Hoytema is just fucking next level, dude. He's
The
just
fucking praying mantis jump scare, it got me. I'm not gonna lie.
I got started a lot, dude.
Yeah,
I
this
did.
movie's very startling.
The gunshot when they killed Gordy, I fucking jumped.
Bro,
When they dropped the horse
and the
Yeah.
fact that
on the fucking car.
the fact that they showed you Gordy's brains getting blown out is fucking wild.
It's yeah.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how people could give this anything less than a fucking 11 out of 10.
The creepy cinematographer just watching videos of animals getting
Killing
eaten.
each other and shit. Yeah, maybe he had a war fetish and he just wanted to be
I think
swallowed.
I think that's why he wanted to get the impossible shot. He's seen all these like animals being like killing each other. He wants to,
I want to
feel himself getting
experience it.
killed by this animal.
Yeah.
So this is dumb. The UFO looks like a giant kite at the end, and it's so ridiculous. I almost left the theater. I can't believe it. Like, it's like
It showed its true form, man.
when I
Yeah.
saw it like that, it made me think of Annihilation, and I was like, dude, this is visually cool as shit.
Yeah.
So, like,
So I'm like developing a fear of things that are way too big for me. I think I talked about it like in the Green Knight review. But when you see the massive scale of this thing, my skin literally fucking crawled. I got
Yeah.
the chicken skins like fucking crazy, bro. There was goosebumps all over my
Yeah.
shit. My heel had fucking goosebumps. I was so fucking spooked. So the fact
So
that somebody would say that it wasn't
Yeah.
cool fucking blows my mind because I almost pissed my pants. I was so scared of how big it was.
half of these saying it was weird also blows my mind because, like, this is his third fucking movie. If you go into his movies thinking it's not gonna be
Bro,
weird,
all
like,
three of them are fucking weird.
yeah.
Like, none of
And
them
that's-
are like, oh, this is a
But-
normal horror movie plot,
they're using that as a negative though, where it's
Yeah.
like, no, yeah, this movie is weird.
which is rad. Yeah, we love
It's
that.
supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jordan Peele is essentially just making a theatrical season of The Twilight Zone. And I think
Yeah.
this season is stellar. I'm not saying any of the episodes this season are bad. I'm just saying this is my favorite episode of the season.
I just don't like. A lot of people are saying it took too long to get to the point.
It's a fucking
Like,
film.
What do you mean?
It's
Like,
supposed to be that
I knew the
suspenseful,
point.
though.
Yeah,
The point
what's
of it was
not to
a
get?
picture.
There's a fucking alien and we want to get it on film. What's hard?
But no, the plot is now my fucking dad is dead. He's trying to buy my ranch. I'm fucking broke. He says it. Let's get this picture to get some goddamn money. Like,
Yeah, that's the plot
Let's
from
get the
30
Oprah shot.
from 30,000
Yeah.
feet. You know, there's plot underneath it, but
but my thing is, sure, yeah,
It's not hard
more
to
deep,
get.
but like to say you don't get the plot, like no, it's straightforward, and then yeah, you can look deeper into symbolism.
these are
But
yeah.
like to say,
These are people who are like, man, the plot of the last Transformers movie really blew my dick off. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, it's just so fucking wild, bro. It's just wild. Wild.
but the people that are like, oh, I do prefer the other two films better, and I expected more out of this one. I can understand that. I can get behind that if you like. I like, just the way they went about it, and it's like it's like a people thing more so than like this alien shit. Sure. But like just to say it's terrible, I don't like it. Like those people are like, fucking explain yourself. You can't just fucking give 1 star and say it's terrible, I don't like it.
And I think their response would just be, well, I just don't like it.
yeah.
You know, which is like a bad response. But it's crazy. It's crazy to me. It got a B, by the way, on the cinema score. Which I don't know how the fuck it got a B. That
I mean, if you
first
saw
trailer
that
says
last
it, bro.
trailer
Yeah.
though, if you saw the last trailer and you see that's A+.
Yeah, it's 100% A plus. Can I give it an SS rating? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
I need to stop reading these though.
Yeah, because I think they're just gonna get you fired up,
I never felt like it was boring and I wanted to fall asleep. That's what a lot of these people are saying.
dude. The fact that it was a 2 hour and 20-minute movie and it made me feel like it was an hour 45 just says a lot about the storytelling. I did not
Yeah.
feel like I was in that theater for 2.5 hours. I just didn't.
No.
I don't know. Motherfuckers be crazy, I guess.
A shout out to Fry's Electronic.
Yeah, rip, rest in peace, Fries. We hardly knew you, homie.
I mean, it's still around. They just closed a bunch of stores.
Nah, it's still
And
rest in
I
peace, though.
love the way they use Nope because I figured that's how they were going to use it in the movie because that's how I would
You
have fucking
mean
used it in the movie.
realistically?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like anytime like something should happen, I'm like, and I was like, because we talked about this before, I was like, dude, anytime some shit's gonna pop up, they're just gonna be like, nope.
I would.
And, like,
no.
it's true.
Nope.
Every time they did
He's
it,
locking the
it
door.
cracked me
He's
up.
like,
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
It was, yeah. And they're like, oh, the characters are boring. It's like, I think the characters are realistic. Maybe you're just a fucking boring person, and now you're seeing yourself, and you're like, I'm boring.
That is what it is, 100%.
You see what people on the internet were saying? Nope means like the not of planet Earth.
Yeah, but I think come on, guys. That's doing a little too much. Those are
Yeah,
the
or
people-
someone else was like, when OJ was like, what's the word for a bad miracle? They got a word for that, and she's like, nope.
Yeah.
Some people were saying, nope is the word for the bad miracle.
Oh, I like that though. That's cool.
I'd be cool if that was the thing, though, not of planet Earth. So
Nah,
I
I think that's kind of tacky. I think it's a
A
little
little on
corny.
the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares?
I mean, I care. I think it's tacky.
Nah.
I like it just being nope. I like it being the
Yeah.
response that you would have to some crazy shit happening. Because that's what
Yeah.
the whole movie is them seeing
I
crazy
think
shit.
that's what
and going,
Jordan said.
"Mm-mm."
Yeah. He said he wanted people just to have that response whenever they saw it. Like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Wow. This person gave it 1.5
Okay.
stars. Lame. Movie seemed like it was made by a couple of high school students with a $200 budget.
What?
Yo, the dude is just racist. I'm not even going to say allegedly. That guy is racist. He saw the director and the two main characters were black, and he said, I don't like it no more.
The visuals alone are worth like $100 million.
The fact that they made this movie for less than $100 million with the cast
Yeah.
and with the fucking visual effects, nah. Come on. Get out of here.
All right.
I
I'm
can't.
done looking at it.
Good,
So
'cause
I-
We gotta go into the last questions because we're already at an hour. Yeah, we'll make it a 30-minute. My ass.
I said we could have, but we had a fucking.
Nah, there's no way,
I
dude.
knew we couldn't have. There's no fucking way. All right, James. What is your favorite part of Nope?
Favorite part. Damn.
No, it's Nope, not
So-
Damn. Damn is the Kendrick
Oh.
Lamar album put out in 2016.
17.
Was it 17? No, it came
Yeah.
out.
Who?
No, it was not 2017. Go ahead, James.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know. Oh, I mean, I really liked just like when he was discovering the alien at first, like because it was super crazy, like everything that led up to it, where it was just like, you get the fake out of like the kids and everything like that, and then when you just start seeing that thing like peek out, like it
Yeah.
was just so.
Dude,
cool
that
to
shit
me.
was so good.
The
man.
way that it was
Yeah.
kind of coy, and I was like, "Oh my god, no!"
And that's when we probably should have knew it was like an animal versus
A
a
ship.
like person in a ship.
But we ain't shit, so.
But when you think aliens, it could be anything. because you don't know how smart these aliens are. You don't know the
Yeah.
fine tuning of the controls that are in the master part of the ship to move it like that. You never know.
Yeah.
Could have been a whole.
I also really like
fleet.
when they showed the inside of the alien, and it was like you're like, oh shit, this thing is eating them. Like that was super cool.
Dude, that part was insane,
that,
man.
That gave me the chilly willies, dude. I was like, this is making me so fucking
You can see
uncomfortable.
fucking blood pour down the fucking walls.
Well, and then when you hear like, because you're like trying to figure out like what are these noises, and that's like the shit dying and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
People dying
That's the-
inside, and
Yeah.
he's using it to scare.
That's the last
Other
thing
predators.
that they fucking screamed. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was,
It was
good.
dope.
So dope. Eric, what was your favorite part of Nope?
Not dope.
Bro, my favorite
Not
part
dope.
was when the monster is like, all right, okay, I'm gonna fucking block out the rain from your house, and I'm gonna dump all this shit onto your house.
But
And
it-
then you see the blood coming down the fucking windows. You see the blood coming down the goddamn house.
That was some real
then the-
horror movie
And then
shit.
the thunder illuminating like the blood on the stairs. Oh, it was so good.
And then
So
the
did
way.
you guys
Go ahead.
think it was hell like at first?
No.
Like so when you see the big ball in his eye, I was like, was that a giant hell ball? Like when everything's dropping down hard the first time when he dies in the beginning.
No.
Oh,
What do
I
you think it
didn't-
was?
I thought it was the alien.
Just dropping shit? Just
Yeah. I was like, oh, well, the alien spit a nickel at him. That's weird. Or like I thought that they were just getting rid of shit that they sucked up. So they just, you know how they say that like planes fucking drop the poop from the cargo, you know, as
Yeah.
it's flying. I just thought it was like that. I thought
yeah,
they
I
were
would have
like,
totally bought that whole. Oh yeah, airplane shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was like, oh my god, they opened a portal to hell.
No,
Is this
like
Doom 2021 or whatever.
Oh,
Like,
hail.
hell.
Oh,
yeah.
hail! You
Yeah.
said I did not hear hail. No, I didn't think it was hail.
I mean, that shit was dropping. I didn't know what that shit was, and then I was like, "Damn, that was a big ass fucking ball." And then I'm like, "Was that a golf ball? Like, what the fuck was that?"
Pete David died by golf ball.
Shit, the way his eye looked, that shit could have.
Nah, that was a nickel, homie. You saw that X-ray.
Sick.
I don't know. I think my favorite part has to be the last 20 minutes. The whole last 20 minutes. The heist scene.
The execution of the plan.
Oh
yeah.
man, it was so fucking good. Everything just played out so well. You see each character doing crazy ass shit. You see the cinematographer fucking going nuts. You see Angel being a smart dude, putting the fucking the plastic and the barbed wire
wire.
around him, and then you see the brother and the sister fucking executing the plan to kill him, and then she gets the shot and she kills the alien. Oh man, just it was the best, some of the best 20 minutes of film I think I've ever seen. It was just, it was like Top Gun all over again. The movie ended 4 different times, and every time I fucking loved it. I was like, oh,
Honestly.
it's just getting better. Every ending is better and better. Oh, it's so good. All right, James, what's your least favorite part of Nope?
So it's not that I didn't like it, but I guess just because the Gordy stuff, I don't know if it was really needed. I guess like I liked it, but if they didn't have it, I still could have got the same movie almost. I feel.
Do you
But it's
think
not like
though
I'm saying
that's
it's
just?
bad.
Do you think that's just because you're not as horrorly inclined as other people?
Well, I mean, I wasn't like it didn't make me like. What do you mean? Like I didn't
mean,
really care.
That's horrific. That whole scene is horrific. That is
But
like,
I didn't care though. It wasn't how like I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, this is. It just kind of like okay,
No, I know,
it was
but-
cool. It was
but-
whatever.
but since you're not as horrorly inclined, I mean, like
Yeah.
to me, that got my horror dick bricked up. I was like, dude, the
Okay.
gore in this scene is like the fact that you saw Gordy killing people is,
Mhm.
I mean, it was like a mini slasher film in this alien film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I saw it and I was like, damn, I want to see a real Jordan Peele slasher, not
The only-
us. Because
Yeah.
Us was like a semi-slasher. I want to see a slasher where Jordan Peele is directing a chimp to murder people.
Because like the only thing I really took from it, I was like, oh shit, that's what that lady's face would happen to that lady's face.
I mean, yeah, that too.
Yeah, you finally understood. You're like, was that an alien in the trailer? And then like you finally.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's fucked. I'm glad they explained why she was there, but it's still fucked. But that's
Yeah.
interesting that you were like, I could take it or leave it.
Because the
I
rest
think
of it, I
that
think I
explains
need
Steven
it.
Yeun's character.
Yeah, it
Why
definitely
he's
does.
trying to why he's trying to tame this fucking
Yeah.
UFO
yeah,
or UAP. Sorry.
UAP. Come on.
Not the
Eric,
same.
it's not the same shit. We know it's identifiable. All right.
I don't even know what the fuck UAP stands for.
I think it is unidentified
Unidentified.
aerial phenomenon is what it is.
Oh, I would have never guessed the P. My least favorite part,
yeah.
man.
We have a task force around it since that Navy thing got leaked.
I have no clue what my least favorite part is.
It's hard to pick, man.
Not enough Keith David, maybe.
I'm saying, bro, what a waste of a fucking legend. Terrible. We get 2 minutes of him.
Maybe that the cinematographer was a little too weird, but I mean that it's his character.
I
Not really
thought
a
you
big
needed
thing.
to die that soon, though. You had to like push the story.
Yeah, I mean, we could have lived with him a little while. I almost wish Keith David would have been a part of the Scooby Gang.
I mean, yeah.
And he, like, if he was the first person to die as part of like the whole heist scene, I think that would have been emotionally crazy.
But then why would the sister have been there?
Oh no! Look, I'm not rewriting the movie, bro. You're not going to ask me these questions and expect me to answer because I'm not going to answer them. I'm just saying I would have liked that. I think it would have been.
Okay.
I think it would have been cool. Now you can ask Jordan Peele how that would have worked all the fuck you want. I'm not a screenwriter. I'm not a director. I'm not a producer. I don't know. I don't know where we would have found the funds to put Keith David in the whole movie. I don't fucking know. But I'm saying I would have liked it. I think it would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
You can't poke holes in what I like though. It's a fan fiction, okay? And I'm not even writing the fan fiction. I'm letting people out there write the fan fiction for me.
She said she had some shit she had to get. She just came and got home that weekend to get some shit.
And then he's like, "Hey, Emily, you should stay on the farm. You know, you should." Maybe the reason that she's there is because he's trying to mend their broken relationship, and the emotional resonance, the peak of the emotion of the film, is them reconciling with each other, and then he dies.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes a little bit. It kind of takes a little bit away from Daniel Kaluuya's character, but. You know, you could still have him reconcile with his sister because it's just, you know, this whole family coming together before Keith David tragically gets cut down in his prime. Thanks for making me work hard. Nah, it's in his prime. Keith David is in his prime right now. I mean, I agree with Eric. I don't know that I can pick a least favorite part. I don't think I did a least favorite part for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And if I didn't, then let's strike this statement from the record. But I don't know. I think my least favorite part was, I don't know, man. I honestly, I don't think I have one. This movie was fucking just excellent.
We could have had more aliens.
I don't know.
What if there was two?
Oh man, yeah, it blows up and then like the second alien eats its corpse. Oh man,
it ends there.
Yeah,
it just fucking.
Ah, so good. What's up, James?
So is the alien just a little box and the rest is just like its fucking shell?
No,
I think that's his brain.
The
maybe.
alien is that's the Methusi. I thought we decided that that's the Methusi.
I don't even know what that means.
Methusi. I don't even know what the
mouth pussy Methusi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll spell it out for you guys and you'll understand what I'm saying here. But no,
yeah,
all of it. No, I was doing it for James. James needs to see it. And I think it'll help him. But like, no, all of it was the alien.
All of it was the alien.
Yeah. James is like, I don't know. So what part was the alien?
When it was,
then
when it was going
alien?
like this, it was like a rattlesnake. You know, it was like kind of, you know.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It was trying to scare them, or make them jump or whatever.
There's a lot of animals do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this comment on
Your microphone
on
went
Reddit, dude.
Oh, it's back. It's back.
Oh, but it's an alien, so it doesn't fucking matter. It is whatever it is.
Yeah, anything is the alien, and it's all not the alien.
That's the thing. It can all be explained however the fuck he's.
Okay, you're cutting in and out again. Get that mic real close to your mouth.
It doesn't really matter because he's gonna say whatever he wants.
Exactly.
And if I'm like that shit doesn't make sense, he's gonna be like,
No, you're cutting out again.
Oh, you cut out again. Okay, I'm gonna explain this comment, which everyone's liking. The UFO is a vagina. When it sucked up Jupe and his audience, they were sperm. The decoy horse clogged inside it with the string of of flags hanging out was a tampon. When it rained blood on the house, that was a period. It hungers for stallions. When it devoured the inflatable man with an extended index finger and exploded, that was an orgasm. Also, this poster is a female reproductive system. Why and what is Peele trying to say? I don't know, but it's a vagina.
I love that
We're gonna be getting wild.
they're so matter of fact about it.
Sure. I disagree, but I see where they're coming from.
Yeah, I can't disprove it is the problem.
Yeah.
All right, cinema scores. Would we rent it? No.
No.
Okay,
Nope.
also, at Jean Jacket's core, it appears to be a box, and the word box is also euphemism for vagina.
Oh, fuck, it's
another
all
one.
coming together.
See, what's doubly interesting about this is that during one of the scenes where the group is planning in the house, there's a book behind OJ that has a visible title on top of some other non-script books. I'm pretty sure it says The Art of Breeding or The Science of Breeding or something like that. Clearly a fit for the stallion part that feels like a nod to this theory.
Yeah, sure. It's a nod to your theory, buddy. What a fucking psychopath. Did you guys even answer if we would rent it?
I said nope.
Okay.
I would rent it, dude. I'm gonna give all this money.
Would you buy this movie physically? I might buy it 3 times.
I think I might. DVD, VCR,
No?
Steelbook.
Steelbook. What? Why are you making faces like that, James? Oh, you're out. You're out.
Oh my God, you're
You're
out.
out.
You're gone.
Where are you
You
gonna
know-
get a VHS to put in your VCR?
You can reverse record
gonna
it
Fry's.
on a. No, you would just play it on the TV and then record it
I'm
on
gonna
the
go to
VHS.
Fry's.
Okay, he's gonna go to Fry's. Everybody.
So he's still in it.
No, because you own it. Like you own the film, so you're legally allowed to do that.
As long as I don't distribute it.
Right. Yeah. The minute you distribute it, it's like you're a drug dealer, but for movies. Would you buy it digitally? No.
Maybe.
Nah.
Would you buy it in the $5 bin at your local establishment? Yes.
With all his first 3 movies, sure.
Oh, 3 movies are
Especially,
still.
yeah. If it has this and the other 2 movies, you're an idiot.
I'd
if
buy
you
the
don't.
DVDs.
Oh my god. Would you put this on in the background while people are over?
No.
I don't see
Yeah.
why you wouldn't.
This
It's a
movie is
fun romp.
it's not complex. The way
It's
people
a
make it
fun
seem like they
romp.
don't understand this shit, you
I
come
mean-
in and out.
A lot of people are viewing this movie as just an action adventure movie. Which
I want
is
people to pay
ridiculous.
attention to the movie. So I say no.
I mean, this shit's practically Predator without the fucking guns.
Yeah, I mean basically, and with a horse.
Yeah.
Without the jungle.
Ranch.
Just ranch, please. Would you recommend? Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, ratings. Who's got a good one?
Oh man, I had a good one earlier today, but I lost it. I don't have it in my head anymore.
8.5 out of 10. What that mouth do?
What does that mouth do? I need to see what I gave Everything Everywhere All at Once. All right, I gave that movie a 10. So legally speaking, I have to give this 10 alien boxes out of 10. Wet and gushy alien box out of 10s.
I can't give it a 10 because I still like Top Gun better. And
You
I know,
gave-
sure, I could have multiple 10s, but I'm not
I
going
think we
to.
gave.
Well, you gave Top Gun a 10.3 out of 10.
Wow.
That's
What did
you
I
gave
give
it.
Top Gun?
9.5.
What about Everything Everywhere at Once?
You gave
Was that a
Everything Everywhere
9.9?
9.9, yep.
Yeah, because no one deserves a 10.
No one deserves
But then I said I bump all the 9.9s to 10s
And
because
Joey
Yeah,
said
but-
100 fucking
but-
reviews.
I didn't do that. So you gave it a 9.9, buddy. Yeah, I
All
think I
right.
did say after 100 more reviews, you can change your answers then. But you could give it a 10. No one's telling you not to give it a 10.
I'm gonna give this movie 10 out of 10. Great grandfather. It's probably another great.
One more great.
Great.
What'd you give it, James? You gave it a 9.5, right? Okay. Uh,
So what you guys think about the Oppenheimer
Bro,
teaser?
That fucking Oppenheimer teaser got me bricked up in the theater.
Let me tell you, man.
He was making a
Seen
new-
this shit
He's
in
making a new Godfather
IMAX?
franchise.
Seen that shit in IMAX? Holy fuck.
Bro, I'm about to make a trip down to the Indie IMAX just so I can fucking see it.
That shit was so fucking loud. I was like, Christopher Nolan.
No, but you could hear them talking though. You could hear
No,
the
I know you
could hear
can.
the dialogue. It was so good. Oh,
Also,
man.
I was a little bit worried at first when I first walked into the IMAX because I was like, oh man, this is a curved screen.
No, that's so that you get a good viewing angle no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fine. I was a little worried though.
You don't like curved screens?
No, I was like, oh, is it gonna look like shit? Like I don't know why I thought that, but it was fine.
All right, what's coming out next week?
Real quick though, I bet you he does set off an actual fucking bomb.
Yeah, he's
Not,
gonna be like,
not a nuke.
yeah, no. I think he does though. I think he's like, yeah, we exploded a sliver of uranium. Oh
We
my
hired
god,
scientists.
Yeah, we went to the Hadron Collider and we blew that bitch up. I don't know what movies.
I bought a fucking plot of land in Texas.
When does Prey come out on Hulu? Is that
I
next
don't
week or the
know.
week after?
Alright, Hulu.
The Predator
looking
I
prequel.
know.
August 5th. So it does come
Okay.
out next week. Oh, I'm down to review Prey because this movie looks hot.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Definitely interested.
I'm also interested, yeah.
It's got the boy Dan Trachtenberg
Wait, no, the
on it.
5th? It comes... No, what are we watching the 29th then?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. This week coming up. Never mind. Fucking James, bro. I tell you what. I don't really know. What did we watch? Let's rewatch Predator. We can do,
Again?
yeah, we can do a re-review. This would not be our first re-review, okay?
I said what I said.
Dude, let's re-review Little Women. Let's give that
I
one a
love
re-
Little
Nah, I'm
Women.
alright.
All right.
Okay, now Eric hates women, I
I
guess.
know. Eric, we can't both.
Yeah, no, we cannot have two people
And
hating
Alex hasn't
women.
been on in 2 years. We can't say that.
Look,
We're
it's
gonna
been
get canceled.
it's been 11 months, okay?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been 2 years, 3 months, and 4 days.
I don't know. DC
I
League
only
of Super
see
Pets?
a love song, the DC League of Super Pets, and then Vengeance. I don't know what Vengeance is,
I
but
don't
it
know if you
has
guys.
I don't know
that
what that
one
is
kid,
either.
I don't know
Novak.
if you guys want to watch
Oh,
Gray
BJ
Man,
Novak.
but that's on Netflix at least. Super Pets might be funny.
I'm not gonna go see that.
Yeah, I'm not either. You know what? Let's do this, guys. Because I'm a scumfuck bastard who bought the 4K release of Last Night in Soho before seeing it. Let's review Last Night in Soho.
I watched that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch that again.
All right. So that's what we're going to do. So next week, we're going to be. All right. Actually, hold on. Let me do the spiel.
Hold on,
Alright,
real quick. Prey and Bullet Train come out the 5th.
I closed my ears and went "La, la, 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 la," during the Bullet Train trailer, so I didn't get anything.
But when
more
we can watch
spoiled.
at home, we might do a twofer.
Or-
one of us for them, or one of us for us. You know.
Or if we really want to talk about, I say we review Prey. I think Prey might be fun to talk about.
It needs more love.
Also,
I think so too. But
A24's Bodies also comes out.
holy shit, next week is packed. Or this week is packed.
The 5th, yeah.
How am I gonna fucking find the time to go to the movies? But I don't know if Eric and I will be able to go see Bodies, because AMC
What?
sucks. AMC
My
doesn't
shit's
always.
showing it.
Is it?
I'm-
Well, your shit didn't show Marcel the Cell with Susan. So
Yeah,
it didn't.
fucking excuse me for looking out for you.
But
fucking
that's like a
cocksucker.
little piece of shit, a little
You shut your mouth.
side film.
No, you shut your goddamn mouth.
Bodies. They're marketing this shit.
Wait, I could go see Marcel the Shell with Susan right now.
All right, let's end it right now.
No. I don't know. I think Bodies should probably just be for us because I don't think mine is even showing it.
We're going to figure that out.
Wait, I can go see Marcel the Shell with shoes today. All right, we gotta end it, boys.
No, wait. let me figure this out. All right, yeah, mine are not showing bodies at all. But we can do so let's watch Prey and Bullet Train. Let's just
Okay.
decide to watch both of those movies this week.
We used to watch anyways,
Wait, no.
probably.
Wait, the week of the
In
5th.
2 weeks.
Yeah, because Last Night in Soho we're watching this week. But in 2 weeks, we'll watch Bullet Train and Prey. If we want to talk about both of the movies, we can do 2 full-length episodes back to back, take the week off the next week, unless we want to talk about a movie that comes out the next week, in which case we're just pulling a double header for no reason. We're banging on the
last
5th.
week.
No, because Gray Man didn't come out. That's what we talked about doing last week.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so really quick.
Nothing good.
Okay, so the 12's got nothing good. So we can stream a review. Maybe those reviews we can keep them down to 45 minutes, huh, guys? So we'll do 2 45-minute reviews. One of Prey, one of Bullet Train. And then we have 2, actual podcast releases. Yeah. So let's just do that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yep.
Unless we don't want to talk about Bullet Train or Prey. And then we'll just do 1 episode and then we'll keep it going like, we've been doing for the last 4 years or whatever the fuck we've been
Or
doing
we
this.
might not even show up next week. Who knows?
No, I'm showing up.
In 2 weeks?
I'll just come. Yeah,
I
in 2
might get
weeks.
abducted, dude.
In 2 weeks, I'm still showing up. I'm just gonna come and talk about Nope again, I guess. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on twitch.tv/SoonerLaterTV, youtube.com/YUTW, some other bullshit, and then my personal Facebook account for our review of Nope. Continue listening and watching and showing your support on all social medias at Sooner or Later TV. If you couldn't catch us live on Twitch, YouTube, or my personal Facebook account, then you can listen to us on Tuesday or Wednesday morning on all social or on all podcasting platforms. So tune in next week for our review of Last Night in Soho. We love you. Bye.
Bye.